he has to do. He's Gary Cooper out there in high noon. He is standing there alone, and he has done so much in the first month considering that.
Is he making his case effectively, do you think? Is he bringing the public along with him? Is he explaining why he wants to do this well?
I think so, and, you know, there are enough of us to perform backup details, but look at the way he's gone after the media, for example. No other Republican would have done that, and it's an incredibly important thing to do. They keep lying about how he's had a tweet against the media. No, he had a tweet against fake news. And if you disagree with the idea that fake news is bad for a democracy, well, then you can sign up with Goebbels and Leni Riefenstahl, because that is what he's saying. And we are getting fake news. We're getting it constantly. I now heard the third time, and I haven't even been watching very much TV, third time tonight, that, in fact, many studies show immigrants commit less crime than natives. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. That's an absolute lie. What these phony studies do, and they're all hidden behind paywalls on the internet. So I actually had to pay at some point to read it, to get and find out what they're doing.
That's one of the most commonly repeated talking
points. It's absolutely a lie, which I describe a lot in Chapter 7 of ADIOS AMERICA, but the studies that allegedly show this do not compare immigrants to Americans. They compare immigrants to Americans who have been convicted of a serious offense. No, we wanted to get immigrants who are better than ex-cons here in America. It's not comparing it to all Americans.
So none of the studies are a flat comparison between recent arrivals and native-born Americans.
That's right, and thank heaven. I mean, one of the great things, one of the reasons Trump is getting an A+ is putting Sessions at Department of Justice, because could we get some numbers on this? As I describe in ADIOS America, the government hides this information. They won't tell us how many immigrants are in prison, and I don't mean just illegal immigrants. Legal immigrants, I mean, isn't that worse? The government checked you guys out and let you in. The government won't tell us that information, and I hope under Trump we will start to get some genuine information. It's just like the claims on voter fraud, for example. I'm so glad Trump brought that up.
Wait, so just back one sec. So just the bottom line on the crime question is, in absolute terms, immigrants, legal and illegal, are more likely to commit a crime than native-born Americans.
All the evidence suggests that. I mean, I go through that in Chapter 7, and since the government won't tell us, I notice that only my side is asking for the facts. Their side is not asking for the facts. Why can't the government just count? How many immigrants are in prison? I mean, they've had significant contact with the government. Right. They've been arrested. They've been prosecuted. They're sitting in prisons that we are paying for. Could you count? No, the census can't tell us that.
Why do you think they don't?